welcome back to the National Basketball Association. We've got 11 games today in the NBA, so strap in. We've got a very long video for you today before tomorrow's events, man. Ooh, Cleveland OKC rematch. What a game tomorrow. But for now, 11 games in the NBA. Featured games on ESPN include the 76ers and the Knicks. Do you care about the 76ers? Because I don't. Iowa State, Kansas on ESPN too. Same time, just saying. Golden State Warriors go to Minnesota on ESPN. That's cool. The Lakers are on at 7. Okay, we'll get to Los Angeles. But again, folks, if you haven't yet, though, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. Again, we're doing this every single day too. The NBA playoffs and beyond. And folks, again, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. It helps out the channel a lot if you just hit that subscribe button down below. All right, again, our college basketball best bets were posted earlier as in an hour ago. Again, I mentioned that Kansas-Iowa State game, huge game in Ames today, same time as that Philly-New York game. If you want a best bet for that video and 4 others, make sure to click that link in the description down below. Also, our UFC 311 predictions are out. Main event, lightweight championship. Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan. Co-main event, bantamweight championship on the line. Merab Dvalishvili defends against Umar Nurmagomedov. What a card from Inglewood this weekend for the UFC. Okay, on to the first of our 11 NBA predictions today. There's a lot, so it might go a little bit shorter on each one, but again, every time I say that, the video just turns out to be 30 minutes long, and this video will probably be 30 minutes long. Sixers and Knicks. The Knicks are getting 5.5 points. They should cover. The Sixers are decimated with injuries. Who's going to play today? I don't know. Joel Embiid, day-to-day. Andre Drummond, day-to-day. Caleb Martin, I think he's still out. Tyrese Maxey didn't play yesterday, so again, that's why the Sixers got booed out their own arena. But if Maxey and PG didn't play yesterday, first half of a back-to-back, I think that's more the Sixers. All right, we're just going to wave the white flag. We can't beat the best player in the NBA in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Hell, he started the game 10 for 10 from the field. He's just that good. I think they were just saying, okay, we're going to try to beat the Knicks tomorrow night instead. Which, honestly, not a horrible way to look at it, because the Knicks don't play defense. And the Knicks just get into these, rock'em sock'em robot type fights where, all right, both teams are going to get a million shots. And we're going to hope we're still standing at the end of it. That's how New York plays now. I mean, this team's lost 5 out their last 7, which isn't great. Let's just be honest. The 2 wins, Toronto, Milwaukee, just lost against Detroit second half of back-to-back. Now they go to Philadelphia. Do I expect the Knicks to win? Yeah, I do. Would I stay away from it? 100%. Again, guys, betting on Philadelphia 76ers basketball can either go really well for you if you bet it early or really poorly for you. Because it's either, all right, Embiid plays, Tyrese Maxey plays, Paul George plays, or they all don't play. And then you get a game like yesterday where, who led them in scoring? Justin Edwards, I think? Oh my God, it was Justin Edwards. Great for the man out of Kentucky, the rookie. But let's just be honest, guys. If Justin Edwards is leading your team in scoring, that's not winning basketball. So the Sixers have a problem. They have an injury problem, and there's a very big injury problem later today as well. It's a game that features the Charlotte Hornets. It's not the Hornets, it's their opponents. My goodness, we're going to get to their injuries. So that's what happens when you stack the schedule with a bunch of games today. Some teams playing back-to-backs from yesterday, but really in this spot it's just Philly. And a lot of the guys didn't even play. But regardless, the Knicks should win. Would I bet on it? No. New York basketball is weird this year because it feels like the Knicks can win every game they're in, and they can also lose every single game they're in just because that's how they play. Their starters go 35 minutes a night. Some nights they look great and they can't miss, and sometimes they just look sluggish at the end, and, the Sixers are hitting every single shot. Again, do I expect that to happen? Probably not. Do I expect Embiid to play? Probably not. He hasn't shown up in a while. But I guess, give me New York. I'll take the Knicks. I'll take the Knicks on the road, -5.5. Next up, we move on to Toronto, Ontario, Canada for the Toronto Raptors and the Boston Celtics. This one is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now, Toronto finally wins a game the other night. Of course, it's against the Warriors. Hey, okay. You know what, guys? You want to, the Rockets hate, it's okay. I hate on the Rockets a lot. I still don't think they're all that good, but, okay, that's kind of a joke at this point. But, at least I got one of the 2 teams right in the fall-offs. I said the Rockets were going to fall off a massive cliff, and the Warriors were going to fall off a massive cliff. At least I got one of those two right. The Warriors are done, man. And again, we'll get to Golden State in a little bit. They're going on the road to Minnesota. Salvage spot for their entire season. I'm serious. That's kind of where we're looking at it. 40 games in, almost halfway through the year, salvage spot. Got to go on the road and win for Golden State. Do I think they do it? We'll get to that. But of course they lose to the Raptors, right? Of course. Of all the teams you lose to Toronto on the road. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Boston should kill them. They should. Now, Toronto's oddly played Boston kind of competitive this year. I know they lost 125-71, but they played earlier in the year. It was a day game on a Sunday that got swept away, obviously, because the NFL was on, but the Raptors took them to overtime and only lost by 3. But, the last time they played, Boston beat them 125-71. So I'd expect the Celtics to just beat the crap out of them. Raptors coming off that high of beating the Warriors. That's their only win that they're going to get in the next month, probably. So give me Boston to just say, you know what? Get back. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, give me Boston. Give me Boston on the road. They're just much better than Toronto. 13.5. It should be light work for the Celtics. Let's move on. Let's go to Chicago, Illinois. So the Hawks and the Bulls are both coming off second halves of back-to-backs. I get that. Trae Young, though, scores 43 last night. I'm glad he played with no Jalen Johnson. And Trae Young's that guy. What can I say? They beat the Suns. Told you they're going to beat the Suns yesterday plus money. What happens? They do it, okay? They get all that time off with the snow game, the game that got snowed out against the Rockets. Yes, they play in an arena, obviously, but they got snowed out. They beat the Suns. They beat the dysfunctional Suns. Great. Second half of a back-to-back in Chicago, they will beat the Bulls. What? Chicago just lost to New Orleans. You're telling me second half of a back-to-back, they beat the Hawks? Why? Because the game's in Illinois? They just lost the Pelicans. And I get it. Pelicans are better now. They actually are, okay? I'm going to stop fully hating on New Orleans. We will talk about them in about 5 minutes. But I will stop fully hating on New Orleans. The Bulls just lost to them, though. Don't care. Bulls just lost. Atlanta should run through this team. Guys, remember the last time these two teams played? It was December 26th, okay? It's a game where the Hawks were down 20-something points in the fourth quarter, and they came back and won. All right? They have this Bulls team's number. They just do. Okay? Actually, that's very wrong, because the Bulls historically last couple of years have always beat the Hawks. So that's actually very inaccurate. I think they beat them 5 times in a row before that game. But you know what? It's a start of new trends, all right? Where we're turning the page here with the Atlanta Hawks, because Trae Young's just that good. By the way, shout out to Onyeka Okongwu. 21 boards the other night against the Suns. Clint Capella, get out of here, man. It's time, the new guys coming in town. Obviously, Onyeka's been there for a while. I think Trae's fully healthy. I expect him to play. The Bulls seem like they're fully healthy as well, but the Hawks just the better team. Don't care the games in Chicago. I like Atlanta. Both teams just played yesterday. One team beat the Suns. The other team lost the Pelicans. You tell me who's going to win it. Give me Atlanta at plus money on the road in Chicago. Next up, we go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as we've got the Orlando Magics going. Magics? Oh my goodness. Orlando Magics. The Orlando Magic going on the road to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Give me the Magics. Yeah, we're just going to call them the Magics now. Give me Orlando. Give me Walt Disney World to go on the road here and beat Milwaukee. So the Bucks, they end this Kings undefeated run in 2025 like expected. They end that. So the way the Bucks have been playing recently, the trends that Milwaukee's been going on, now we expect them to lose. I'm just going to be honest. That's what we expect here, right? They looked good last night. They beat a team that's been hot. Giannis has his 50th career triple-double. Great 30, 13, 11 for the Greek Freak. But as the Bucks do, they're now going to lose. Every time we think they're on one, then they drop a game. They did beat Orlando the last time these two teams matched up in Florida, but the Magic are getting healthier. Now, I don't know who's going to be back this game because the Magic, they have a full injury report. Something that is very encouraging is Franz Wagner showing back up in the injury report, but it's in a progressional way. Franz Wagner with the oblique injury is not playing today against the Bucks, which is expected, but he's expected to return once he gets his conditioning up to par. So that what that tells us is that I guess Paolo's injury was just worse. Franz is back a lot sooner than Banchero's injury, which means the Magic are going to start running through teams with all their stars back. Now, other than Franz Wagner, though, at least for today's game against Milwaukee, there is some, there's some uncertainty about the injury report. Gary Harris is out. Jet Howard is doubtful. Goga Bitadze is questionable with the hip injury. Jalen Suggs is out with the back injury. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is questionable with the knee injury. So all these guys, again, questionable. I'd expect KC and Goga to play, but again, Jet Howard, doubtful. I doubt Jet Howard's going to give it a go. And again, Harris, Suggs, obviously Franz still out. There's question marks around this Orlando team, but this just feels like a game Milwaukee loses. I'm going to be honest. Guys, Orlando's so deep with, yes, we have these injuries here with the Magic, but still, guys, we got Wendell Carter coming off the bench. Jonathan Isaac could start on a lot of teams in the NBA. It's just that they start Tristan da Silva, which is fine, but Isaac's a starter on a lot of teams in the association. Cole Anthony's great. Anthony Black is great. I mean, this is a very deep squad. This is one of the teams that, again, they've had so many injuries this season. They've lost their two All-Stars for significant time periods. And they're still 5 games over 500, and they're still the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. Like, again, Orlando's been that good this season, and they've been, again, dealing with such adversity, and they've been fine. So, again, you look at the Eastern Conference right now, the top 6, Cleveland, Boston, New York, Orlando, Milwaukee, Indiana. You know, I feel like those are right now the top 6 teams in the East, and I think they probably stay that way. I think when it's all said and done, I think Atlanta's probably 7, and I think Miami's still probably 8, Detroit 9, either Chicago or Philly 10. We'll see. Philly's got a really tough schedule. I think Chicago maybe holds on, but even if they trade all their guys, I don't know. Maybe Philly sneaks into the 10. Who knows? Brooklyn's actually kind of climbing back, and we'll get to the they're not playing today, right? Yeah, they're in the final game of the night. 15.5-point underdogs, though. We'll see about that. Give me Orlando. Again, I think they're able to deal with adversity here. They've been doing it all year long. This just feels like a spot the Bucks lose. Let's just be honest. It just feels like a Milwaukee letdown spot. Give me Orlando on the road here. Plus 190, plus 5.5. Give me Orlando. Okay. Next up, we go to the aforementioned New Orleans Pelicans. Now, again, yeah, they're coming off a win, right? Good for New Orleans. I'm happy for them. They beat the Bulls. Proved me wrong. Trey Murphy continues to be that guy for the Pelicans, 32 points. Brandon Ingram looks like he's coming back very soon. I don't think it's tonight, but I'd say, God, New Orleans' next game is Friday against Utah, either Friday against Utah or Monday at home against Utah. I'd expect one of those 2 games. Brandon Ingram will be back, so Ingram will return against a Utah team that, I'll just say it now, they're playing the Hornets today. They are screwed, okay? We'll talk about the injuries Utah has in a minute. Actually, they're later on in the video. They're in a couple games. But yeah, New Orleans, Brandon Ingram should be coming back soon. Trey Murphy's been playing great ball. CJ McCollum's been playing better. Zion's been, working his way back into the lineup. I do think Dallas wins, though. I know Dallas lost yesterday, but both these teams coming off second halves of back-to-backs. Dallas ran into a Nuggets team that beat them for the second straight game. Jamal Murray puts up 45 points. It looked like, prime Jamal Murray today, right? Not the Jamal Murray that's been just, kind of just sluggish throughout the entire season. I think Dallas does beat the Pelicans here. Obviously Kyrie in the lineup now. Luka, is there an update on Luka? Not yet. I don't think Derek Lively's playing this basketball game, if I'm not mistaken. Went out of the Nuggets game. I don't expect him to play this one. So again, it's going to be a big night for Derek Lively. Sorry, not Derek Lively. PJ Washington and Daniel Gadford, excuse me. I think Dallas wins this one. Again, yeah, New Orleans beat the Bulls, but this is a whole other game playing the Mavericks, who have been able, again, like Orlando, not to the same extent, obviously, but have been able to stay afloat with their key guys being injured. They're a deep team, man. And Dinwiddie's playing great ball this year after he was a Laker last year, and it wasn't great. But just, Malik Beasley's killing it on the Pistons. Happy for Malik, but, gotta watch all these guys leave Los Angeles, and now they're all superstars. They're all, well, not superstars, but they're all benefiting their teams. Dallas minus 2.5 is the pick. Just crazy. And, put me out my misery. The San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio beats the Lakers the other night. Now they run to the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, give me San Antonio. You know what? I'm taking the Spurs. I take the Spurs quite a bit, I'll be honest with you. Because, guys, I fully bought into Victor Wembanyama, right? I'm buying into Wemby as a superstar. Obviously, that's what he is, but I'm fully buying into Wemby as the face of the league now. This is what this guy is. Now, can you be the face of the league in San Antonio? That's honestly a debate, right? Okay, hear me out. San Antonio, historically great franchise. Historically boring franchise. They play good basketball. Don't get me wrong. The Duncan days, the Tim Duncan days, the David Robinson days, Kawhi, right? Obviously there towards the very late tail end of the Duncan era. But Tim Duncan was never on all the billboards and posters. I don't know. It's just the Spurs are never the most flashy team. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. They've never had the most marketable guys. They've always been good, but they've never been like, all right, oh, here come the Spurs, big market team, right? Hear me? Okay. Can Victor Wembanyama really be the face of the league in San Antonio? I'm just saying. I have nothing against it, by the way. I have nothing against it. I'm just saying, will the NBA market him as the face of the league? Actually, who am I kidding? He's Wembanyama. Yeah, he's going to. But I'm just saying, he's in San Antonio. Spurs haven't been good in a while, but they're good again now. Where will they end up this year? I think play-in. I think that's a good spot for them, but there's a very good chance they fall out, though. We think the Suns or the Spurs get into this play-in spot, or Sacramento. Sacramento's there too. I don't know. We'll see. At this rate, the Lakers might just fall out. I'm sick of that team. So sick of them. We'll get to them later. I'm so sick of them, but then you'll see my pick for their game today. Let's just go. I'll wait for the Lakers. I'm taking the Spurs to beat the Grizz, okay? Guys, Memphis coming off a loss to Houston the other night. They covered on the road, but lost. It's a good Grizzlies team. I'm not going to deny that. I like the Spurs at home in this spot, and I think we get a really nice plus money opportunity, too. Plus 135, plus 2.5. I think it's a value play. I think both these teams are very good, obviously, but Memphis having to go on the road to play the Spurs team that is hot right now. Well, hot because they played the Lakers, obviously, and won that game. Lost back-to-back in Chicago and Milwaukee, but again, Wembanyama has a big night. The Lakers score 13 points in the fourth quarter against the Spurs. Great win for San Antonio. Horrible night for the Lakers, but San Antonio wins that game by 24 points. I think they parlay this momentum into a victory here against the Grizzlies, but knowing again how the Lakers play basketball, now the Spurs lose. And now the Spurs look horrible right after they get done going to LA. Give me Victor Wembanyama and the guys, though. Sochan, I think, still out, but I'll take San Antonio at home. Next up, we go on to Denver, Colorado. Guys, the Nuggets are home underdogs. I repeat, the Nuggets are home underdogs. Don't get that one often. They are fully healthy, right? Yep, Aaron Gordon's fully healthy. Everyone's healthy. They are home underdogs because now the Rockets get respect from the books, which is crazy to me, but you know what? Well deserved. Well, I'm going to go this entire video without hating on the Houston Rockets. With that being said, I'm taking the Denver Nuggets. Okay, but I'm not going to hate. I'm not hating on Jalen Green. I'm not hating on Houston. Good for them. They are 26-12, all right? Didn't think they were going to be here this year. Maybe I'll officially say they're not going to be a play-in team. They'll be in the top 6, and then they'll lose in 5 games in the first round. No, I'm not hating. I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to hate. I'm not hating today on the Rockets. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. Jalen Green's good. It's weird. It's really weird saying that. I feel weird saying that. Jalen Green's good. The Memphis game is great. I can't complain about Jalen Green. 42 points. I'm waiting for one of these really bad Jalen Green nights so I can say, inconsistent. But no, honestly, guys, I can't say it right now. But I am going to take Nikola Jokic. I know they can second half of back-to-back. Whatever. Denver had that game won in the fourth quarter. They won the game by 30-something points. Okay. Jokic, you know what he's averaging. 31, 13, and 10. He's not quite averaging the triple-double right now because he's at 9.9 assists. But I believe that puts him second in the NBA in assists per game. Only behind Trae Young, if I'm not mistaken. I think, right? Yes. Oh, he's second now. Trae, Jokic, Cade, Tyrese, LeBron. Makes sense. I think Jokic is going to be fine in this game, and I think Jokic and the Nuggets. Again, we got 45 out of Jamal Murray last night, which means, all right, now this is a big Jokic night, probably second half of a back-to-back. I get it. I get why they're dogs. They played yesterday, the Rockets didn't, but I don't know. And, okay, the Rockets have been good, but again, this has to end right. It has to, right? And then watch, the Rockets win this game, and we're going to be over the same dilemma tomorrow with the Kings when they go to Sacramento. But, I'll probably be tempted to take the Sacramento Kings tomorrow night. We'll get there tomorrow. Give me Denver at home. Again, I think Jokic has a big night. He hasn't been the leading scorer in a couple nights. The 2 Dallas games, again, it was Westbrook and Jamal. They're back at home for one game. They head right back on the road to go to Florida to play the Heat and the Magic. I think Denver gets this one. I'm going to take the Nuggets at home. Again, it's very rare we get Denver as home dogs, so we're going to cash in on that right now. Give me the Nuggets plus 1.5, plus 105 on the money line as well. Next up, we move on to Utah. for the Utah Jazz and the Charlotte Hornets. So this is the game I was talking about earlier. We are going to go over the Utah Jazz's injury report, and my goodness, it is their entire rotation. So Taylor Hendricks, obviously, I mean, he's part of the injury report, but he's been out since November 6th. Huge injury. It sucks. Get well soon, broken leg. Jordan Clarkson's out. He's still got that left foot injury as of January 6th. Johnny Juzang is out tonight with a hand injury. Lauri Markkanen is out with the back injury. John Collins is out with the hip injury still. Colin Sexton is out because of rest. Keontae George is questionable with a hip injury. So who will be starting tomorrow for the Utah Jazz? By the way, that is 4 of their 5 stars. Shout out Walker Kessler, won the game of life. He's starting. Please become a Los Angeles Laker, please. Okay, Isaiah Collier, who hit the game winner the other night, will be starting tonight at the 1. God, who starts at the 2? I'm serious. Who actually starts at the 2? I genuinely don't know who starts at the 2 because Sexton's out, Clarkson's out, and Juzang's out. Legitimately, who's gonna start at the 2? What? Oh, it's gonna be Mikhailuk. It has to be Svi Mikhailuk. Yeah, so it'll be Svi Mikhailuk at the 2. The 3. Oh God, no, Sensabaugh is gonna have to be at the 4, unless they start Kyle Filipowski. No, it's gonna have to be Cody Williams at the 3, the rookie out of Colorado. Don't know how he's the 10th overall pick. I watched him play at Colorado last year, saw him at March Madness. I like Cody Williams. He's a project player, obviously, but you know, it just kind of shows you kind of where that rookie class was last year. Cody Williams was the 10th pick in the draft. Cody Williams will have to play the 3, Sensabaugh at the 4, Kessler at the 5, coming off the bench. Oh man. Elijah Harkless, Patty Mills. Yes, Patty Mills is still in the league. Patty Mills he's going to have to play tomorrow. He plays about 14 a night some nights. Patty Mills is 36. Wow, I'm getting old. Yeah, Patty Mills, Elijah Harkless, Kyle Filipowski, Drew Eubanks. That's the bench unit tomorrow. Ooh, man. Oh, who's playing backup 3? If they need it. I don't know. They don't have a backup 3. This is brutal. So yeah, this is why we're taking Charlotte. Again, you're almost never going to see Charlotte as 5.5 point favorites, especially on the road. But this is the spot where yes, they should be. But Charlotte played a close game the other night, lost to Phoenix. It is what it is. They are an 8-win team, but they're fully healthy going into this game. LaMelo Ball again has been playing really good basketball this year. He will be a starter in the All-Star game. Hell, maybe we get a LiAngelo Ball appearance for the halftime show. Again, special performance. But yeah, give me Charlotte on the road here. Utah's just too hurt. They just are. I think Charlotte does win this game. Do I ever trust the Hornets to win by more than 5.5? No, so I wouldn't bet on it, but it will be an interesting game to see what the Jazz piece together here. I'd assume a big night out of Collier and Sensabaugh if I had to guess. But they're going to have to play Sensabaugh at the 4. Oh, man. Give me the Charlotte Hornets to win this basketball game here. On the road, they'll cover the 5.5 as well. Next up, we move on to the Target Center here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And we said it earlier, and I honestly feel like this is kind of the point of the season where this is it's not a must-win, obviously, for the Warriors. Game 40 is never going to be a must-win. But in terms of momentum, this is a huge game for the Warriors. Ultimately, I don't think they win it. I'll just keep it a buck with you. I'm going to save you the dramatics here. No, the Warriors will not go to Minnesota and win. But I'm going to talk about how much this game actually means to the Warriors and just like where their season's going. Now, obviously, again, the Warriors have been in the middle of the Jimmy Butler trade discussions, and okay, maybe they get Jimmy Butler. Does that fix everything for them? No. But, you know, okay, like getting Jimmy Butler to this team, I guess it helps, but does it really help? Not really. I think there are better spots for Jimmy Butler to go where I wouldn't hear me out. I wouldn't mind Detroit. I really wouldn't. I know, I don't know if we really think the Pistons are going to be buyers right now. Wouldn't mind Detroit. I could see Memphis makes sense. Let's just be honest. Memphis or Houston, they both make a lot of sense in the spot here. I don't think the Clippers obviously do that. Yeah, really, for me, it's Houston, Memphis, Detroit. I wouldn't mind Atlanta, but I don't think Jimmy Butler really fits Atlanta at all. And will he trade him within the division? I know that's like a baseball, football thing, but I guess it applies. Those are really the spots I see. I can't see him in Orlando, I'll be honest with you. Boston, hell no. Dallas. I could see Dallas potentially, but I don't think the Mavs trade for Jimmy. I don't think so. Yeah, probably not. Spurs. I wouldn't mind Spurs at all. That would be interesting. Might be weird, but I wouldn't mind it. Anyways, if the Warriors get Jimmy, that's great. I don't think it helps them that much because, like, all right, you get Jimmy Butler, and what does that really fix? I just Sure, get him another guy. He puts your team in the play-in this year instead of missing the play-in, and then, okay, you lose in the play-in instead. Like, it's just, I don't know. They're screwed, guys. They're at the point of the year, though. Again, this team was, what, 12-3 at one point? They're 19-20. It's not good. And yet, trying to go to Warriors games, it's like $90 to get in the damn building. And I saw today, I saw a tweet from TickPick. If you want to watch Zion Williamson and Kyrie Irving play tomorrow, it's $2 to get in the building in Dallas or New Orleans. Like, all right, thanks, man. I wish. I think the Timberwolves win. That goes without debate. I think the Timberwolves get this one pretty easily. Minnesota, they've been playing some pretty good ball recently. They've won 4 of 5. They only lost beating the Grizzlies game by 2 points. Wins over the Clippers, Pels, Magic, and then obviously beating the lowly Wizards the other night, 41 points. But they do what they're supposed to do, the Wizards. Again, you're supposed to be the Wizards by that much. They've got some games coming up. Warriors tonight, then New York, Cleveland, Memphis, Dallas, Denver, Atlanta, Phoenix. That is a crazy gauntlet of a schedule. Don't got much to say about the Timberwolves, I'll be honest. Ant's great. They will beat the crap out the Warriors. I think they cover the line. I want to talk about the Warriors being screwed for the rest of the season. Where do they go? They're not going to do it. They should trade Steph Curry. Let him play for a contender. And I get it. They're, again, not many games out of the playoffs, but just the way this team's going, the injury to Kuminga, they're not getting any younger. Draymond and Curry are. There's no reason to string them along. But they're not going to do it. I don't think Steph wants to leave either. It's just the Warriors aren't going anywhere. And honestly, as a fan, I want to see Steph Curry playing meaningful basketball like I did in the Olympics. He's not playing meaningful basketball with the Golden State Warriors. He's just not. Sure, he might make a play-in game, but they'll get in the first round if they somehow advance, and they'll go get swept by the Thunder. Like, seriously, imagine the Thunder and the Warriors played in a 7-game series right now. I know Golden State went to OKC and beat them early in the year. The Warriors are not playing like they did early in the season. The Thunder sweep them right now. Let's just be honest with ourselves. They just do. They're going to Minnesota to get slaughtered. Let's just be honest. They're going to Minnesota to get slaughtered here. Or taking the Timberwolves all night long. They'll beat the Warriors and they'll beat them up bad. Curry will try his best, but they're coming off a loss to the damn Toronto Raptors. They're screwed. Next up, the Los Angeles Lakers. So, I'm so disappointed, obviously, last night, a couple nights ago. They lose the San Antonio game. It is what it is. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna pick them again. Obviously, but we're not gonna pick the Lakers here to beat the Heat. Obviously, we are. The Heat just lost to the Clippers. They've been on the road for a while now. They're not gonna beat Los Angeles here. They've been on the road since January 6th. This is the end of the Heat road trip, guys. Miami wants this road trip nightmare to be over. OVER. They start the road trip. Oh, Jimmy Butler's suspended now. That's all we're talking about. They go to they go to Sacramento, blow a 30-point lead. It was more like 20. They blow a 20-point lead and lose in double overtime to the Kings. Sure, they regroup. They beat 3 bad teams. Yes, Warriors, Jazz, Trailblazers. They go to Los Angeles, get killed by the Clippers. Actually, no, they did not get killed. They blew a lead in that game, and the Clippers beat them in the Intuit Dome. And now it's finally over. You play the Lakers, and you're done. The road trip's over. You go back to Miami to play the Nuggets on Friday night. The Heat just want this to be over. Okay? And this is where the Lakers get back on the right foot. They've lost 3 in a row. They've been super disappointing. Don't get me started how disappointing the Lakers have been. Because trust me, I watch it every single night. It's horrible. But, all right. I don't think they lose here to Miami. I really don't think they do. Again, LeBron's going to be good. It's just a matter of what AD we get. Sometimes he's just soft down low. Just AD, just win the matchup against Bam. Just please, just win the matchup one time. AR, AR's usually good. It wasn't great in the Spurs game. He should bounce back. We'll be fine. I'm okay with the Lakers in the spot. I'm not going to spend too much time in Los Angeles because I spend all this time throughout the video talking about the Lakers. I think they beat Miami here. Again, the nightmare from hell, the road trip from hell is finally over. I think the Lakers get them here, and I hope, again, Miami's just sluggish coming out this one. End of the road trip. Let's get this over with. Going to Los Angeles, lose the Lakers. But it is the Lakers. Every team plays the Lakers like it's Game 7 of the NBA Finals. So, you know what? Who knows? Because, it could be the Heat's Game 7 in the NBA Finals. I don't know. Give me the Lakers. Give me the Lakers to win, and they should be able to cover at home as well. Let's go into our final game of the night. We go to the Intuit Dome. We've got the Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Brooklyn Nets. Now, okay, the Clippers are 15.5-point favorites. So, There's not really a question of who's going to win this basketball game. It's just by how many. I think the I think the Clippers do cover this line. The Nets are really only with Cameron Johnson here, and I'd expect, honestly, I think it's a 50-50 Johnson plays. Johnson just came back from injuries, he's playing a second half of a back-to-back here. The Nets were just in Portland last night. They've come down to SoCal to play this game against the Clippers. We'll see if Johnson plays. Don't expect either Cam Thomas or Nick Claxton to play this basketball game at the same time. This just feels like a Clippers shootout night. Like, it's just, again, this is a Clippers game where they're going to put up a bunch of points. They're going to find the mark from beyond the arc the entire game, and it's just, all right, keep up, or, if you don't, all right, we're just going to blow you out. Let's just be honest. This is kind of what this Clippers game is. There's a report on Kawhi. He's taking his time ramping up, which is fine. Kawhi, it's like that Colin Cowherd, video about Ben Simmons and LeBron, but this is actually true this time, and not he was serious about the Ben Simmons LeBron thing, but I'm serious about this. And I don't think this is going to backfire. Kawhi. It's okay now. Norman Powell's here. Okay? Norman Powell is a great basketball player. Sure, he doesn't really do anything but score, but what else do you need? Norman Powell's led this team in scoring pretty much every single night since December started. I mean, since he's come back from injury, Norman Powell's just been that guy. Give Norman Powell the ball and get the F out the way. Just, let him shoot. Let him ISO. It's crazy, but that's how the Clippers play. Again, Kawhi, it's okay now. Norman Powell is here. Give me the Clippers to blow out the Nets. It's just, I don't know. Brooklyn's second half of back-to-back. Yeah, they won last night. Great. Exceeded a lot of expectations. I think, actually, you can probably wait to bet this line. If you want to bet Clippers minus 15.5, would I? Probably not. But if you want to, I think you can probably get 13.5 by game time. I think this is going to come down a little bit. I think it will. Yeah, people are going to say, oh, the Nets actually won last night. Oh, great. They are coming off second half of back-to-back, but I do think this line will come down just a little bit. Regardless, still giving the Clippers here minus 15.5. I think they get that pretty easily. It's just a matter of, again, what number you're able to get this at. But yeah, give me the Clippers. They're just the better team. Give me Harden, Norman, and Ivica Zubac in this game. So yes, Clippers minus 15.5 as we close the video here. Very long NBA predictions today because we had 11 games in the association here on January 15th. But folks, thank you all for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank you all for watching, and Mamba forever.